Following the Great Depression, national and state governments enacted the New Deal and other economic recovery measures. The state of Washington passed a comprehensive unemployment scheme, which was to be partially funded by contributions from employers doing business in the state, paying a percentage of the wages employees earned there. In International Shoe Company versus Washington, defendant International Shoe sold goods in Washington through salespeople located there, but did not pay into the unemployment fund. The commissioner of the state unemployment office notified International Shoe that it owed assessed amounts from 1937 to 1940 and ordered payment. Notice was served on an International Shoe salesperson and by registered letter to the company headquarters in Missouri. International Shoe refused to pay and made a special appearance to dispute the state's in personam jurisdiction. After a hearing before the appeals examiner, the Unemployment Office's appeal tribunal agreed that International Shoe had to pay. The commissioner and the county superior court affirmed. The Washington Supreme Court also found for the state, holding that regular and systematic solicitation of orders, resulting in a continuous flow of International Shoe's products into the state, constituted doing business sufficient to satisfy due process. International Shoe appealed to the United States Supreme Court. The court's decision would determine whether Washington could require payments to the unemployment fund and hail companies into court without running afoul of due process. International Shoe argued that as an entity incorporated in Delaware and headquartered in Missouri, it was not doing business in Washington. The company had roughly a dozen salespeople in Washington, but did not maintain offices or warehouses there. Salespeople met with customers in hotels and public spaces and put up temporary displays. Orders were sent to Missouri and filled from facilities outside Washington. The company did not have a registered agent in the state. International Shoe claimed it didn't meet the definition of an employer under state law and didn't have to contribute to the unemployment fund. In Pennoyer versus Neff, the Supreme Court found that a defendant had to have some presence in a state for jurisdiction to be proper. The question in International Shoe was whether a new standard ought to be defined. Writing for the majority, Chief Justice Stone held that minimum contacts between the defendant and the forum must exist in order for the exercise of in personam jurisdiction to be proper. Minimum contacts will be found if the defendant's contact with the state is systematic and continuous, even if unrelated to the subject of the lawsuit. Alternately, single or occasional acts in a state might be enough, depending on the nature and circumstances. The assessment of contacts is qualitative. There's no checklist. A corporation cannot reap the benefits and protections of conducting business in a state without also being subject to suit there. The court found the presence of International Shoe's salespeople in Washington and the sale of goods to Washington residents sufficient to establish systematic and continuous contacts. Thus, allowing the suit did not offend traditional notions of fair play and substantial justice. Justice Black dissented, arguing that the test put forth by the majority judicially deprives states of their constitutional rights. Black asserted that states have an unfettered right to tax businesses and allow their citizens to seek relief against any company whose agents do business in the state. Tying jurisdiction to the establishment of minimum contacts, Black believed, limited states' ability to afford judicial protections to their citizens. If you found this video helpful, you can explore all of our content by visiting us at Quimbee.com. If you have a question or comment about this case, please post it in the comments area below, and we'll do our best to get back to you. If you think we did a good job with this video, please like, share, and favorite it. And if you think this video might be helpful to people you know, please share on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+ as well, to get this video out there. If you haven't done so already and you enjoy watching videos on this channel, click on the red subscribe button just below this video so you can get all the latest updates.